The envelope was thick, cream-colored, gold embossed. The kind of invitation that doesn't just ask you to attend, it reminds you where you don't belong. Tucked behind the formal card was a handwritten note. My mother Susan's handwriting, elegant, controlled, and always slightly condescending. Evelyn, dress properly. Black tie means black tie, not your usual dull office clothes. If that's too difficult, it may be better if you don't come. Gary will understand. I read it twice, not because I didn't understand it, but because I did. Too well. Have you ever been the invisible one in your own family? The one they tolerate, but never celebrate? I didn't cry. I didn't argue. I just looked over at my 5-year-old daughter Chloe, sitting at the kitchen table, carefully coloring inside the lines like her whole world depended on it. Emotion is inefficient. And my life was an audit. So instead of reacting, I recalculated. I picked up my phone and called my mother. Her voice came sweet, artificially sweet, the kind of sweetness that always came before a cut. Evelyn, darling, you got the invitation? I did. A pause. Well, you saw the dress code, right? Of course, that wasn't the real conversation. Then she delivered the truth wrapped in politeness. Tiffany is bringing someone very important. His family is influential. We just think it might be better if you sit this one out. Translation? You're an embarrassment. You're uninviting me from my father's birthday? Not uninviting, just protecting you from feeling out of place. No, protecting them. I smiled, even though she couldn't see it. I understand perfectly. And I hung up. No anger, no tears, just action. I opened my laptop. The glow of the screen reflected a version of me my family had never bothered to see. They thought I was a struggling assistant. What I actually was? Chief Strategic Officer for a defense contractor handling multi-billion-dollar classified projects. Security clearance levels they wouldn't even understand. $750,000 a year. And influence that didn't need validation. I found the contact I needed, and I called. Governor Sterling. He picked up on the second ring. Evelyn, what can I do for you? I need to move our meeting. A pause. Where to? I smiled. The Grand Crystal Ballroom. Saturday, 7 p.m. Another pause. Then a quiet chuckle. Understood. Center table? Yes. Consider it done. This wasn't revenge. This was accounting. And my family had been overdrawing from me for years. That account? Closed. The day of the event, I didn't shop. I curated. A private stylist brought options to my home. I chose one dress. Black silk. No decoration. It didn't try to impress. It didn't need to. It commanded. Tiffany texted me later that day. A picture of her in a ridiculously expensive gown. Thinking of you. Stay comfortable tonight. I'll tell everyone you were too busy. It's better this way. You wouldn't fit in anyway. I didn't reply. I checked the time. 6:45 p.m. When I arrived, the valet didn't see a single mother. They saw importance. Inside, Governor Sterling and his wife greeted me warmly. Evelyn, you look exceptional. We walked together toward the ballroom. My family was in a private section, but we didn't go there. We went to table 1, the center, the power seat, the kind of table you don't sit at unless you belong there. At 7:25 p.m., the doors opened. My family entered like they owned the night. Gary in front, proud, loud, untouchable, until he saw me. 3 steps away, he froze. Confusion, then irritation, then something new. Fear. Evelyn, what are you doing here? I didn't stand. I didn't rush. I just looked at him calmly. Happy birthday. Governor Sterling stood beside me, extended his hand. Evelyn speaks, interestingly, about her family. Gary shook his hand like a man touching electricity. You know my daughter? The governor smiled. She's one of the most valuable minds in my administration. Silence. Heavy. Unavoidable. Tiffany laughed. Sharp, defensive. Evelyn is a paralegal. She barely makes ends meet. Then Preston spoke. Quiet, shocked. Wait, Evelyn Hayes? I turned to him. Yes. His face strained. My father talks about you constantly. Now everyone was listening. He said you saved a federal contract from collapsing. He's been trying to recruit you for months. Gary sat down like his legs stopped working. This isn't possible. I leaned back. It is. Then I said it clearly. My salary, my position, my life. Everything they had ignored. I didn't tell you because you never cared to ask. My mother whispered, why would you hide this? I met her eyes. Because you already decided who I was. Then came the final moment. The folder, the contract. Gary's company's future. Just help me, he said desperately. I opened the file. And what about the forged signature 3 years ago? Silence. Absolute. You thought I'd never see it. I picked up the pen. This wasn't emotional. This was procedural. I signed, not approval. Rejection. Suspension. End of the line. This isn't revenge, I said calmly. It's just consequences. Later that night, my phone wouldn't stop ringing. Calls, messages, voicemails, begging, explaining, blaming. I didn't open any of them. Instead, I opened the family group chat, the one where I had always been optional. And I left. Deleted, gone. A few months later, everything changed publicly. I accepted the deputy legal counsel position. Front page news. My name finally visible. Gary's company collapsed. I made sure of that. But everything else? Gone. House. Status. Reputation. And me? I wasn't trying to prove anything anymore. I was just living. Freely. Fully. Unapologetically. Here's the truth most people don't understand. Success isn't loud. It doesn't beg to be seen. It waits. Quietly. Until the moment it no longer needs permission. So tell me, do you think Evelyn did the right thing? Or would you have chosen forgiveness? And more importantly, have you ever been the invisible one? Drop your story below. I'm reading every single one.